The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There was a girl in Bnei Brak many years ago. She was mamish creme de la creme. Excellent girl. Midas, pretty inside and outside, from a gewaldige mishpache. And they're ready him shidduchim to the roof. She went out with a bacher a few times. Then she says she doesn't want to go out again. Ever, with anybody. The mother pleaded with her. How could you do this to me? I want to have nachas from you. I'm not feeling well. I want to go to your chasana. No. She's not going out anymore. So they consult with the Gedolim in Bnei Brak. Listen, if she has a problem, she's holding up the show, the next daughter goes out. So the next daughter went out and she became a kala. Then the next daughter, and she became a kala. Then the next brother, and the next daughter, the next brother, the next kala. 10 siblings got married. After about 12 years, she says, I'm ready to go out. What happened? I'm ready to go out. That bocha that she had gone out with 12 years ago was still available. They went out. They became chosen kal. Her mother was very not well. She walked down to the chuppah, and little Sheva brachas, her mother was nifteres. So she came over to the meter. I want to explain myself. You know, I started going out, and you were diagnosed with that terrible machla. And I was walking the streets of Bnei Brak late at night, crying my eyes out. I may not be zeichet to have my mother walk me down the aisle by my chasana. All of a sudden, an elder Yid with a weiße bold, an elderly Jew with a white beard, he sees me. He says to me in a nice, soft-spoken way, Tachtichel, why are you crying? Why are you crying? So I'm terrified that my mother got the machla and she won't walk me down the aisle. I'm maftiach you that your mother will hang in and stay alive to walk you down the aisle. Nothing's going to happen to her until after you get married. And you could trust me. My name is Karelitz. He was the Chazon Ish. So she went home. She was ecstatic. She's going to continue going out, marry this wonderful boy, no matter how difficult the prognosis for the mother. Lamaisa, the Chazon Ish promised her the mother will walk her down the aisle. But then she thought to herself, what about my siblings? Well, there's a couple of months to live. Chazon Ish gave haftacha for me, but what about them? So I decided I'm not going out. And my first sister got engaged, and my second sister got engaged, and my brother got engaged, and my other brother got engaged. My mother walked everybody down the aisle, 10 siblings. And when they were all married, I said to myself, okay, they didn't have the haftacha, I had the haftacha. And it was zeichet to have you walk down the aisle, Mama. Now I can get married. Same bacha was available. I got engaged, got married, and you were nifteres tech shiva. Just wanted you to know that the reason why I gave you the agmas nefesh and didn't get married right away was for no other reason but that I wanted my siblings to have you walk them down the aisle, and kachava, the haftacha of Chazon Ish came true. Now could you imagine every Rav, every Rebbe, every Rosh Yeshiva screaming at this girl, you're such a mechutzefes, don't you want to give your mother a little nachas? You have a good boy you're going out with, it's all working out well, you had a couple of his shows, let's break the plate. Says the ga'akshin, she didn't give a reason, all the Gedolim are telling you make a big mistake. And she weathered the storm with the possibility of never getting married, so that her sisters and her brothers would have the mother walk down the aisle. Can you fathom what this is all about? It's a certain boy. Shidduchim weren't going easy. So Einer from the Gedolei Yisrael in Eretz Yisrael told him, I have a plan for you. It's called a 40-day plan. 40 days in a row, you go to the Kaisel, and 40 days in a row, to be zeichet to shidduch, You say Shir Hashirim. 40 days Shir Hashirim, 40 days the Kaisel. Ends the Bocha, the Gadol tells him that's how he's getting married. So he goes to the Kaisel 40 days in a row. Not easy. Shabbos. And he says Shir Hashirim for 40 days. And he's not engaged. He goes to the Kaisel another 40 days. And he says Shir Hashirim another 40 days. And he's not engaged. He goes to the Kaisel another 40 days. He says Shir Hashirim another 40 days. And he gets engaged. 120 days of Kaisel, Shir Hashirim, Bertzifus, uninterrupted. Gets engaged to this fantastic girl. Falls a big Talmud Chochem. After the Tnoim, he's talking to him and learning. When I fragt him, you're Zeiche, you're such a fine Ben Torah, and you were Zeiche to such a good Kala, my daughter. How'd you do it? He says, well, the Gedolim told me, a Gadol told me, Adam Gadol told me, say Shir Hashirim for 40 days, and daven at the Kaisel 40 days in a row. So I did it for 40 days. It didn't work. I did another 40 days, it didn't work. I did another 40 days, and then it worked. And the Shver nearly passes out. I'm going to send people to you for Kvitlach. You're going to become the biggest Rebbe in the world. You don't understand what happened there. The daughter you got engaged to has two older sisters. And these two sisters were not Zeicha to Shidduch. 80 days ago, the first one got her Shidduch. 40 days ago, the second one got the Shidduch. And now, you got the Shidduch with my daughter. Do you understand what you did? You said Tillim. You davened Shir Hashirim and the Kaisel for 40 days, so that my fourth daughter got engaged. And then my second daughter got engaged. Now the third daughter is getting engaged. Do we know what's going on? He could have said, I'm frustrated, I'm upset, all of this school is, this guy's learning Tikkun Chatzos. Today you can get everything for $1. You can pay to do whatever you want. Tikkun Chatzos, there's a girl learn Tikkun Chatzos for you. You want to learn Shalmi, they'll learn Shalmi for you. You want to fest Tanesim, they'll fest Tanesim for you. Was du willst, give a bissel Geld, have whatever you want. But you didn't turn to this Gadol and say, the 40-day plan didn't work. You just learned another 40 days, and another 40 days. But do we have understanding what's going on in life?
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org